Hey, how's it going? Jason here, and in this episode we're going to finally repot this Yaupon Holly I have right here. Alright, so I've had this holly for quite a while. You guys have seen the development of it, and it's spring and it's about time to finally pot this thing. I'm tired of seeing it in this planter I have here. It's not a bad planter, but I think I can use this planter for something else. But I've got a couple pots here, so we're going to figure out what we want to put this in. I really like how this has developed. You know, if you guys have followed this from the beginning, and now you can see the pad layers are just nicely defined. The foliage is nice and small, and so it's got all this really nice growth. And you know, at this point I'm happy with, you know, the size of the trunk. I'm happy with the growth of the foliage here. So I think it's okay if we repot it now. You know, I'm okay with it slowing down and just going to maintenance mode on this thing. I've got some pots here. I've got this, I've got this one. It looks a little big, but we're gonna see because there's a lot of root structure on here. I've got this black one here, which is kind of boring, you know. That one's a little bit boring. It's probably gonna be down here. But this one's a little boring. It looks a little bit big as well. I really like this one. I like the color of this one right here. This pot right here. I think this is pretty nice. But it's pretty small, but I think it suits that really well. I don't know if we'll be able to fit it in this, but I really like the color on this pot. So we're gonna try. And then over here, I've got this pot that one of my friends made, and I dig the color on this. It's a very cool pot. It's got these nice lines. The glaze is cool. I dig this one. And this one's, the only problem is it's really shallow. And this pot, oh man, if we have to fit it in here, it's gonna be a lot of root cutting. But the cool thing about this pot is that it's the right width. I really like the width. So we're gonna see, we'll prep this pot, I'll prep the small one and maybe prep this tan one. And we'll see what, as I'm going here and taking a look at the root structure, we'll see which one will fit really well. So with the holly, I'm not too concerned about cutting the roots. I'll flatten a lot. It's a shrub, it's super tough, it can withstand quite a lot. So even if I have to get rid of a lot of the roots, I don't think it's gonna be an issue. But regardless, we'll go take it out of here and we'll take a look to see how bad it is. All right, so taking it out of that planter, we can kind of get an idea of what's going on here. First, there's a ton of weeds, so we're gonna get rid of that. And that's just growing around the tree right here. So I'll yank all those off. We've been getting a lot of rain here in Southern California, so the plants are loving it. And so now we can see it's pretty shallow already. It's actually not bad, but I think we can do better. If I look underneath, it doesn't look like there's a big taproot coming down on the bottom, but I gotta dig away out there to see a little bit more detail of what's going on. So I'm gonna get my stick really quick and just get an idea of what's going on here. It's still pretty muddy. Poke around in here and see. Oh, okay, it looks like, I think we'll be pretty good on fitting this into a pot. Okay, so before I remove all this soil, I'm gonna prep my pots. That way I'm ready to go. Once I have a lot of this root ball kind of reduced, we'll be able to see which one it fits really nicely, and then we can go from there and decide which pot we want to go with. Okay, I don't like that black pot, so we'll go with the beige. I'm gonna prepare this one, I'm gonna prepare this one, and I'm gonna prepare this one right here. And for the people that are just, getting started on repotting or just have a new bonsai, things I'm going to be using are repotting sticks. I've got this, my favorite one right here. It's also my pointer. Got a regular stick right here. I've got pliers, a wire cutter for cutting the wire, this guy right here. I've got my shear in case I want to clip, and I've got my shear, my bad shear, or my shear for cutting roots, and the one that I don't really care that much about, I've got this one. But of course, don't use your good shear so you don't damage it when you're cutting through the soil. Make sure you just use a regular whatever shear. So I've got my little pot, I got my cool pot, and I got my bigger pot. I'm gonna prepare them really quick. So all of those are prepped, so now we can go back to our tree. So let's reduce the root ball right now. Let's see, it's really wet because it's been raining. So let's start to reduce it. And we're kind of dig away at here. We're gonna see how shallow we can get on this. And a lot of that you're seeing is the roots from the weeds. So I don't care much about those. And also kind of reduce the height as well, because we want to see if we can get this in a more shallow pot. We're lucky here, it's really empty on the bottom here, but there's a lot of good roots. And then I'll use my smaller stick here, just kind of get some of this so we're getting a pretty good idea here. I'm gonna trim some of these roots. And we're gonna try to fit it in some of these. That's not bad. It's actually not that bad. Okay, so I put it in there. That's actually not that bad, this pot. Well, I definitely know it's not gonna fit this pot, this little guy. Just the trunk base. The trunk base is already bigger than it, so that's not gonna happen, and that would be too small anyways. As cool as that is, I feel like this one's just an inch too short. So it's just a tad too short. We're probably in between the size for this pot. We're probably in between, maybe slightly bigger than this one, slightly smaller than this one. But I'd rather probably go up instead of down. So as this grows, it'll start to fill in. I really like this pot, and I think it's just because I really like this pot, but it's not gonna work. It's too shallow. I'll try to get rid of some more roots. I think I really like it because of the dimensions. And I like the round, I like the color. We'll go see how much more I can get rid of on the bottom to see if I might be able to make this work, because I really do like this pot. Let's see. I feel like I'm probably getting a little bit greedy on this one. But it is getting there, but it is really sitting high on it. Let's see though, let's keep going. I still have more than enough roots on this tree, so I'll trim up some more. So let's see how much closer we are. We're getting into this guy. Ooh, it's getting close. But oh man, it's just too shallow. It's too shallow, huh? But it looks really cool. But it's sitting too high. But I really like that. As much as I like this pot, it's not gonna work for this tree. We're gonna go with the bigger one for now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask my friend if he might be able to make me one that's a little bit deeper. I think that's not bad. I think that's acceptable. What do you guys think? I might be able to find a different color. Might be able to find a different color. I'm gonna go out to the nursery and see if I can find a different color in this. I could not find another color in this pot. Even though I have so many pots, you never have the right color. But I did find this color, which is kind of neat. It's got, you know, the blue in here. It's got that blue, so I was like, this might look good. So this is an oval pot. So let's see how it looks. I'm not really sold on it, but let's take a look. Of course, I haven't prepped that one. Let's drop it in here really quick and take a look. We'll see if we like it or not. Do we like that? Oh, that's pretty cool. That's actually not bad. Definitely makes the tree stand out more than this pot right here. This looks like it blends in. It looks really dull. Okay, so I'm gonna put that aside. Of course, I didn't prep this pot. I prepped all those other pots, so now I gotta prep this one. All right, let's check this out again. Okay, drop it in here. It should sit nicer now. Oh yeah, that's nice. That looks nice, huh? I like that. Okay, so now I'm going to get a little bit of soil. You guys have watched my videos on this, so you guys know exactly what to do. Just a little mound in the middle. Smush this in. A little mound in the middle like that. Smush it in so that you don't have any air pockets on the bottom. Smush, smush, smush. Make sure the roots are tucked in. Make sure we're positioned at the front. And then we'll go tie it. Okay, so now we're going to fill this in with soil, and then this is kind of neat. The reason why these are designed like this, you know, the scoops, is because then if you have a bigger soil scoop, you can't kind of put it on the side like this. It's easy to put these on the side and pour them out the side like this, just due to the shape of the soil scoop. All right, so that's what we have right there. I think it looks all right. I think it looks pretty good. I think this pot matches the foliage really nice. So I'm pretty happy with it. I gotta take it out and make sure it gets well watered right now. I would love for this to get fuller. In these spots down here, especially in the front here, I kind of want to cover this little thin branch that's right here. And I still do think that the width on this pot is a little bit too wide. just by an inch. I think this one was actually the perfect width for the tree, but it was too shallow and it just didn't work. And I'd rather not force it right now. After spending all this time, I'd rather not force it. So I think this will do fine for now. So hopefully you guys enjoy the development of this tree and watch the development of this tree over time. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Otherwise, as always, thanks for watching.